There's an age-old question when it comes to us DJs, right? Why do some people dance and why do some people don't dance, right? The age-old question, very complicated answer. There's so many ways to slice it. It's one of those questions that's up there with, is there a God type shit? It's freaking complicated. Like, it's so... Everyone has an opinion on it, right? But I thought we'd bring this up. It's an interesting topic because recently there was a USC study that concluded that if you get the chills from music, you may have a unique brain. Getting goosebumps from music is not as prevalent as you may believe. According to a study out of USC, only half of people experience shivers, a knot in their throat, or goosebumps when listening to music. Furthermore, such people's brains may be extremely different from individuals who do not have those sentiments, right? And they actually identify, so if you hear a song and you get shivers or goosebumps or it really affects you to the core, right? And by the way, if you're a DJ, I'm assuming this happens to you, right? If this doesn't happen to you and you're a DJ, that's crazy. I don't know. I always thought it affected everybody, but apparently it doesn't. It's about a half of people, and the condition is known as frizzen. Which is ironic because my old Italian grandmother, God rest her soul, she would always say this word. She would, anytime it was cold out, she's like, Nikki, it's a frizzin' outside. It's a frizzin' outside. but so the condition is called frizzen. And, let's bring it back to the question, right? Why do some people dance and some people don't? Is it the frizz? And I would say it probably is a big part of it. Who has the frizz and who doesn't? And to break it down, okay, at least in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think there's 3 different types of people when it comes to dancing, when it comes to, this shit in general, right? The first type of person is the love to dance people, right? They'll love to dance people. They'll dance at the grocery store. They'll dance at Walmart. They'll dance during cocktail hour. They'll dance during dinner. They'll just get up from their table and just dance to a random dinner song you're playing and then sit back down, right? They'll love to dance people. They're our favorite people in the whole world as DJs. Every once in a while, we get a crowd with 30 or 40 of the love to dance people, and it's a layup, right? The easy crowds, the best crowds ever. Doesn't happen all the time. More, it's probably 10% of the time, 20% of the time, but you know what I'm talking about. You get that crowd that's literally just a layup. No matter what you play, it works. And those are awesome because I love, then I can really all right, let me try this mix out I've been working on. You could try stuff out on them. You could do whatever. I don't know. It's the best time ever, right? Those are the love to dance people. Then you have the people that they'll dance, right? If the situation is right. The situation has to be right. It's a lot of different factors. You got to play the right song, right? Maybe it's the right music. They dance to certain types of music. Maybe it's the right amount of drinks or drugs, right? That'll activate their frizz, their frizzin'. Maybe it's the lighting in the room. Maybe the lighting's not dark enough and they feel weird dancing in front of people. They want to kind of be in the cut. They want to kind of be lost in it where they don't feel like everyone's watching them. And then the same goes for if the room's too big, which is a huge factor that a lot of people sleep on. A lot of couples sleep on, in my opinion. I'm constantly saying, talking to them about this, where they feel like they need to have a dance floor that's so huge. But then what happens is you know, if you have a wedding with 150 people in a room that fits 400, then no matter what you do, even if there's 100 people on the dance floor, it feels empty, right? And then those type 2 people, aren't going to feel very comfortable on the dance floor because they're not in the crowd. It's too spread out. They feel like everyone's watching them. There's a lot of factors for the type 2 people. And as a result, as a DJ, I think our biggest challenge, and when we read a crowd and we're really trying to make people dance, we're really focusing on these type 2 people. Because when it comes to type 3 people, the type 3 people will never dance no matter what. These people don't have the frizz. They suck, and they're dead to me. And that's it. I mean, there's nothing, it's not, they don't suck. They can't help it. But those type of people, there are people out there that will never dance. And now it kind of makes sense. Hearing this study, this whole USC study, and the fact that frizzing is a thing, they probably don't have that. And that's why. And I was thinking about it. I think it's kind of interesting, too, that imagine not having the frizzing, right? And you're at a wedding, and you're watching people dance. They probably think everyone looks ridiculous, right? They probably think dancing is the dumbest thing. They probably sit back and they're just wow, look at these people just wiggling to this music. Why? And they probably say to themselves all the time, I'll never understand why people dance. Why? I never understand why people get all emotional about music or put their hands up, screams like words or all that. Like, these are people that listen to true crime podcasts on the way to work and shit. Like, you know what I mean? They don't listen to music. They're not into music, and they probably have a hard time understanding people that do. It's a very interesting perspective. Something I never really thought about, right? But these are the people without frizz, right? So type 1, type 2 got all the frizz. By the way, frizz is a term I'm coining. It's not a real thing. I literally made this up, okay? Frizzing's real, but frizz is the short version, okay? Just to be fair. I don't want you guys going around using this term and everyone's like, what are you talking about? Anyway, type 1, type 2 got the frizz. They got the frizzing. Type 3, no frizzing. And DJs are going to play for type 2, and it's all about the activators. And it just, I don't know. Overall, it's very, 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 very interesting. So in conclusion of this little segment, a couple things to keep in mind. Some people are just never going to dance, and now it's scientifically proven. So don't beat yourself up, okay? If you got a table of people who are just sitting there watching, and I've been there hammering away like, oh my God, table 9, they have to like something. They have to. Like, why? Why can't I get table 9 up, right? You ever had that one table and you're just watching them? It's like, oh, it's driving me nuts. Like, even though the dance floor's packed, I'm just pissed off at this one table, right? They can't help it. They don't got the frizz, people. So don't beat yourself up about it, all right? Focus on type 2. And I mean, type 1 too, but like type 1 will just vibe out, you're right? And so like focus on the type 2 and keep it pushing.